And so we will continue with the opening of the 200th anniversary year. During the prayer, much of what I was going to say has been relived. So I will just say a little bit of what I had planned. As we know, Father Maydai had come in contact with women, young girls, and widows who were interested in serving the poor and taking care of the miseries they saw about them, but were not feeling called to monastic religious life or did not have the dowry. And so, under Father Maydai's direction, these simple women gathered spontaneously in small groups of 3 or 4 to help one another in their quest for God and to reach out to the suffering around them. In 1646, in villages in Auvergne, little communities began to exist. Father Maydai struggled with how to assist the groups to grow and not become confined by church law at the time. We know that in Father Maydai's writings, we see his vision for these communities of women. The Eucharistic letter is at the heart of our spirituality. This letter was written by Father Maydai to one of the first sisters living in one of these small communities. In it, he tells her of the grace he received in seeing the project or little design as an institute emptied of self, modeled on Jesus, hidden and self-emptied in the Eucharist. Our early document, known as the Rules of the Daughters of St. Joseph, was in a sense the constitution for this new institute. Later, when we were officially recognized, the constitution for the little congregation of the Daughters of St. Joseph was an adaptation of these rules. The adaptation was necessary in order to fit with the sisters' new life and the conditions existing after the congregation had been recognized officially. The maxims of perfection were addressed to lay people and religious who desired to live a life of intimacy with God. And so, having started as small groups of women living in common and sharing spirituality with lay people, we grew rapidly, forming autonomous communities through the remainder of the 17th century, continually being faithful to the original design. And as we prayed this morning, we have already journeyed through the French Revolution and the coming together again under Sister St. John Fontbonne of our congregations. And so we know that in 1812, Cardinal Fesch asked Mother St. John to send sisters to Savoy, to Aix-les-Bains, to care for the neglected children. And so, almost 200 years ago today, Mother St. John sent Mother St. John Marcoux and 2 other sisters. Later that year, they were asked to go to Chambéry, which became the site of our central house and the birth of us as a separate congregation. During the next 200 years, we, as the Sisters of St. Joseph of Chambéry, expanded into more than 18 countries and successfully founded 4 new congregations, who in turn founded 2 more. Today, we are almost 1,800 sisters and several hundred associates and many collaborators throughout 18 countries. Who we will become is yet to be seen. But if we remain open to following the Spirit as a presence of communion in this fragmented and often closed world, if we welcome all of creation in a spirit of unconditional love and respect as we move forward on our journey, then the possibilities of how our charism, the little design, will be lived, and with whom we will share this grace, are endless. And so, with great joy and deep gratitude to God and all of our sisters and associates who have gone before us, and to all of our sisters and associates who are with us today, it is our privilege to open the 200th anniversary year of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Chambéry.